You try your best to keep your cat happy with lots of love, playtime, and treats. But is it working? Could some of your well-meaning attention actually be making your cat anxious, annoyed, or standoffish? Today, we're explaining some of the ways people inadvertently irritate their feline friends. And we're also revealing the reason behind one of your kitty's favorite behaviors, cat naps. But first, let's talk about the things likely to annoy your cat. Babies. You love your new baby, and you love your cat, but don't necessarily expect them to love each other, at least right away, even if your cat does like baby talk. Big life changes such as moving or welcoming a new family member can be stressful for cats. Experts recommend a variety of tips for helping cats get used to the idea of sharing their homes with a small human, including playing baby sounds before you give birth to get your kitty accustomed to what's coming. If dad will be taking over cat care from mom once the baby arrives, have him take on his grooming and play duties at least a month before the big day. Change. If a new baby is one of the most dramatic lifestyle changes that will stress out a cat, it's not the only one that should be undertaken gradually when possible. Even moving a cat's litter box should be done slowly if at all possible. For example, experts recommend scooting it just a few inches per day toward its new location. If you have to move to a new house or apartment altogether, your worries will be bigger. The biggest concern here is safety, since anxious cats are more likely to run away or hide in inappropriate places. You should perform a detailed safety check of the new home to ensure there aren't any loose screens or potentially dangerous hiding spots. Boredom. Big changes might be stressful for cats, but they don't actually want every day to be exactly like the last. Having a home environment that never changes can also be boring. Plus, when they're not accustomed to any day-to-day variety, they'll be extra freaked out when your grandparents visit or a plumber comes to work on your kitchen sink. Giving your cat new interactive toys and forms of enrichment can help stimulate their mind and may also make them more comfortable with new situations when big life changes do occur. Loud noises. Fireworks, thunderstorms, and construction noises can be confusing and scary for pets, and the best remedy for this tends to be distraction. Try training your cat to sit and stay in a specific location, like on a mat, and then practice this behavior when the loud noises start up. After the cat is a master of sitting and staying, have them do this when loud noises are occurring. Give them treats for engaging in the sit/stay behavior and for ignoring the loud noises. Eventually, they will learn the loud noises are nothing to be afraid of, and they will be more interested in earning treats than hiding. Belly rubs. Petting on the belly is generally not welcomed. Most cats don't like to be stroked on their tummies, even if you've never realized it. So, how can you tell? If they don't like this behavior, they will usually try to depart the scene or hit you with one of their front paws, or they might even bite. Then again, different cats have different preferences. Some cats actually love when a person pets their belly. Just be ready to back off if you notice the cat becoming annoyed. Strangers. Paying attention to your cat's reactions is important when an unfamiliar person wants to pet them, especially if that person is a child or someone who hasn't spent much time around cats. One way to see if the cat is amicable to being pet after just meeting them is to let the cat sniff your hand and then watch how they behave. If they want to interact, they will most likely approach you and engage in social behavior after sniffing you, such as rubbing on you or trying to sit with you. If they don't want to interact, they'll usually walk away or ignore you, in which case it's best to let them have their space. Old food. Lots of cats will turn their noses up at food that's been sitting out all day while you're at work. Small, frequent meals throughout the day actually matches their natural feeding behavior more closely. So, if you're able to partially fill their dish several times rather than free feeding a full bowl, it's preferred. This also gives the cat an event during the day to look forward to, which may help alleviate behavioral issues. If you won't be home to dispense multiple meals, food puzzles are a great option. This will allow your cat to get the food out at their own pace, give them enrichment to focus on while alone, and help food from sitting out too long. Medication. Let's be honest, none of us like taking our pills, and cats are no exception. To make the process easier, wrap your cat's meds inside a piece of cheese or lunch meat or in a commercial pill pocket. You can also grind up the pill and mix it in with whatever food your cat likes most. The trick is that the cat has to eat it all, or they won't get all the medicine. If your cat sees through these deceptions and refuses to take the medicine, you'll have to place the pill into their mouth and somehow convince them to swallow it. Keep in mind that if you administer the pill by hand, it might get stuck in the esophagus for a while before making its way to the stomach, which you can usually avoid by squeezing a syringe of water or broth into your cat's mouth after the pill. Good luck! Cat carriers. It's no surprise that most cats hate going into a carrier, but it's not the box itself that's the problem. It's the veterinarian they know they're on their way to visit when they see the carrier come out. With some work, you can change their negative associations with more positive ones. For starters, leave the carrier out with a blanket inside, so your cat can explore the carrier and even sit in it at times when they're relaxing at home. You can put treats and catnip inside too. Once they venture in on their own, praise them and give more treats. If they get comfortable, try shutting the door for a minute, and then opening it and dispensing even more goodies. Tail pulling. For kids, a cat's tail can look tempting, but don't let them grab it. It's no secret that cats really dislike having their tails held or pulled. Instead, show the child how to let the cat sniff his or her hand, and if all goes well, pet them in their favorite places. If they've been socialized to people as kittens, cats usually like being tickled around their necks or stroked down the back. Make sure kids are watching for signs that the cat is unhappy. If a cat does not like the interaction they are receiving, the cat may have dilated pupils, a rapid, fast-twitching tail, ears that are flat against their head, fur that stands up on its ends, and may make hissing or growl vocalizations. Now, as I promised, let's touch on cat naps. If you've ever had a cat, you know they have no problem sleeping the day away. So why exactly do cats sleep so much? There's a straightforward explanation to this phenomenon. Cats sleep a lot because they're wired as stalk and rush hunters. They are used to being active in short bursts to find and kill prey, with a meal and a nap afterward. Now take into account that in the wild, they might hunt and catch 8 to 10 mice a day. If you think about how much energy goes into hunting, catching, and eating prey, it starts to put things into perspective. While our cats may have it easier than their ancestors when it comes to finding meals, they're still wired to be super active during short bursts, followed by hours of napping to replenish their energy. Cats are also physiologically ready to hunt at any time, so they have to grab a nap whenever they can. Thanks for sticking around. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I do my best to upload new videos as often as possible, and I'd certainly appreciate your support. I'll see you next time.